I just did a intro welcome to hi video for Board Vengers, and let me tell you, I stole like half of it. I stole half of it, and you'll just have to go watch it to see what I stole it from. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Devin, please make sure before you start the camera that you can see all of the games that you're going to talk about on camera. And I think that's probably better. And Devin, get the protective case that you use for your memory card out of here. All of those things are valid. Those are good criticisms. But what I'm thinking of now is you hush, me talkie. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is I need to talk because I have a influx of games that I need to deal with, both in terms of size and in terms of playing them. Alex Radcliffe, otherwise known as Board Game Co., his alter ego, the board game aficionado, that guy, has been dealing with some stuff lately. Namely, the dissolution, liquidation, or end of times for Board Game Go, the trading company, the board game third-party seller or reseller or trading company. That was eloquent. Probably no one has condensed and described what he does better than me. Anyways, he's had to deal with that. And because he's such a good human being, in the midst of that, he reached out and he said, hey, I've got a lot of games, and if there are any games that normally you might not ask for or try to get for yourself because you're trying not to get games right now, is there anything from this list that you want? And he sent me a list. And I went through that list, and I selected some things, and I ranked them high tier, mid tier, and low tier asks. And I organized them, and then with all of them, the high and the mid and the low tier asks, it seemed a large list. So I got rid of the low tier, and I just sent him high and mid tier, and I said, let me know. And that generous punk sent me the whole list. He sent me the high, and he sent me the mid tier, all of them. He sent me all of them, and it was incredibly nice of him. And now I've got an absurd amount of games that I need to play through. Let's break it down and go through these. Number one, Modern Art. So this is a game from Reiner Knizia, and it is published by CMON. This is one of the older CMON titles, I believe, in terms of at least when I became aware of them. This game was definitely not new when I played it for the first time. But I really had a good time with this one. This is a hidden money bidding game where all players are going after different art pieces from certain artists. And what's on the card doesn't matter at all. It's just the fact that it's tied to that particular artist. And the more cards of a certain artist that are out there, the more likely they are to be ranked within the top 3 at the end of a round. And if they are, those paintings will be worth money. If they're not, those paintings aren't worth anything. But if they are, then they do make money that round, which is valuable because it helps you earn profit on what you bid, hopefully, if you did your cards right. But also, even if you aren't bidding for it, if you are the current round's current player auctioneer, you will receive the money that players buy, that they pay with. And so it's really clever, really enjoyable, and just an easy game to jump into. I thoroughly had a good time. And I was like, you know what? This is a hard game to find now. It's not super popular, but I had a blast with it. So as soon as I played this for the second time, I really liked it after the first play, but then we played it again for the second time, and I had just as much fun, and I was like, you know what, I need to find this game, because this thing is just special. It's special to play, especially when you have the right people, and you're all getting into it. It is a good old time. So I got Modern Art from Reiner Knizia. I'm going to put that down, and I've got a lot of other things to put down. I'm going to do these two next, because there's actually going to be a dedicated video. This is not all of the Marvel United. You can see here there's a Marvel United, and there's a Marvel United X-Men. I've got one of both because Alex, this was not on my list. Alex, like at a certain point, I knew what he was sending me because he verified what he was sending me. But then like a day or two before he sent it, he just goes, hey, do you have Marvel United? And I was like, well, I have the stuff that you can buy retail. Like I have the base game of Marvel United. I have the base game of Marvel United X-Men. And then I have the Spider-Man expansion that's available, on Amazon or whatever. So I have those 3 boxes, and that's it. And then he goes, okay, I'm sending you a full pledge of Marvel United. But he phrased it Marvel United. So I was thinking of Marvel United. And then when it came here, it was Marvel United. And it was Marvel United X-Men. And it's a lot of boxes. They're all over there. I'm going to do a separate video that just shows off all those boxes because it's a lot. And it's a lot. So that's all of those. And the beautiful thing is I'm going to consolidate all of the boxes, all of them, into way less space than you would think it would be. That's what I'm going to do. But I kept these two to show off because I really like Gambit. And then I also really like Killmonger. Oh, and also Winter Soldier. And Black Panther, and I forgot her name. What is her name? Shuri. So they're awesome. It's one of the movies in the overall MCU that I like the most. But yeah, so that is just supposed to be representative of the 2 games that I have full collections for, which is quite absurd. But again, Alex is nice. The next thing I have is a game that I have been eager to acquire for the sake of... There's a couple games that I want to explore solo. And now that I recognize what I have done, I am appalled. I have to fix that. Absolutely have to fix that. There we go. Is that better, Devin? That's better, Devin. So I have got this war of mine. And then I have all of the Kickstarter stretch goals that are in here as well. So I've got, the... So you're going to mentally dub that over with the correct words. Thank you. So this war of mine. It is based off a video game. This is a harsh, brutal, punishing solo game and video game. This is done by Awaken Realms. This is one of their older Kickstarters that I knew was just going to be harder and harder to find a copy of, likely. And so I am interested in certain types of solo games that I would like to try out, and this was one of them. I'm not against playing it multiplayer, but just kind of like, I first started really learning about it on a solo board gaming group, and people who were just like, oh my gosh, I really love this game. Yes, it's mean, but it's really, really good. This war of mine, Marvel United X-Men, and Modern Art. Moving on to Project L. There's just something about this game that has delighted me ever since I saw it at my local board game store. I like what Boardcubator has done. I was very impressed with the big box version of this. I really liked seeing that. I unboxed it and organized it with Jesse one time when I was up in Cleveland. And I like what this does, and I haven't even played it yet, but every time I see it at my local board game store, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to buy that. And then I think to myself, Devin, you probably don't need to. And you know what? That ended up being true because Alex sent it to me of his own genteel manner. He's so nice. This next box has seen a little bit of love. And by love, I mean aggressive hugging. How many boxes did I do this for? Oh, Devin, you disgust me. How many boxes did I do this for? Did I do this to Project L? No, thank goodness. Did I do it to modern art? Well, now it's just... Hold on, guys. Hold on. Keep your... Cool, I didn't do it there. Whatever undergarments you have on, keep them on. Okay, keep them on. Keep them on. All right. So that's all of those. That's Project L. This is Ginkgopolis, and Ginkgopolis is a game that just it sounds so cool. I don't know anything about it really. All I know is that. Tell me if I'm wrong. When there are a bunch of people who like board games, but among those people, they all have different tastes, different preferences. One of them might like dice chucking combat games. One of them might like some dry resource conversion Euros. The other one might like some solo card playing games. You name it. But when people of different preferences like the same game, that's when I'm like, that's probably a really good game. If in the Venn diagram of board game interests, it sits in the middle, it's probably a pretty good game. And that seems to be what Ginkgopolis is. People of varied backgrounds and varied tastes in the hobby really have a lot of praise and appreciation for what this game does. And so I am going to play it. I am also at some point going to ask my good friend Joe to make an unnecessary box for this to replace this beat up cardboard. And it's totally not needed. Totally not needed at all. But I have problems. So let's move on to this giant thing, which is one of the only board games I know of in existence to go with a matte black finish. Like matte black, not gloss matte black or like regular, gridded outer cardboard styling or printing. Like sleek, smooth, matte black finish. This, and I haven't actually even opened this box yet. This will be the first time I'm opening it. Box fart. Very loud box fart. This is Kingdom Death Monster, guys. This is KDM. When I saw this, oh my gosh, this has got 3-ring binder on it. Oh my god, they've already 3-ring bindered it for me? And they've stapled different organizers? Wow. This seems really well organized already. Now I am a little weirded out why. Though that like it seems to have like the same cut there. But this is a lot of cards that are all very well sorted for me. That's nice. So Kingdom Death Monster, this is 1.5, and so if I ever need to or want to, I can update it to 1.6. I don't think it has the update pack with it. Not worried about it because this is a game that is going to be daunting to get to the table. But I'm excited about it. It's not really for some people, Kingdom Death Monster is like their favorite type of artwork, period. It doesn't like scintillate or get me giddy. I think it's nice art, but it's not like something that I'm drooling over. But the production of the game and the gameplay, I'll drool. I'll happily drool. I will happily drool if it helps. My goodness, that is a huge board. These seem 3D printed for not the game originally, but for later. It's kind of a mess in there, gonna be honest. But you know what? It was shipped over a vast distance. And when that happens, things move. And I am okay with things moving. The thing that I'm going to have to reconcile with is how little I've prepared for a 3-ring binder full of exquisitely organized thingamy-bobbers. I got to be real with you guys. I'm trying to put some energy into this. 100% I am. But it's also evening time at the end of the weekend, and I am trying to get some stuff filmed for the sake of leading up to Essen, in which I will be gone. And let me tell you, I should drink some more tea, because my energy levels are... That's not really plummeting. That's kind of like frolicking down into the air. I meant plummeting. Like nosedive. Kingdom Death Monster. And now that I've opened that, I can bring back Ginkgopolis, which got ganked. And then I'm going to bring back all of these. Bring back these. Now I'm going to bring back this. Okay, that's the first half. The second half is over here. And it's really like less than half at this point. The vast size majority of all of this comes down to Marvel United. If you cannot see or you have not read, over the course of the game, I have some more CMON titles and then Inish. I haven't played Blood Rage. Haven't played Rising Sun. I haven't played Ankh. And I know that people got opinions. People have opinions. People say Blood Rage is number one and has remained number one. They say Rising Sun is not good. They say Ankh is best at 2. They say Blood Rage is not as good as people say it is. They say Rising Sun is one of the best negotiation games there is. They say Ankh is awesome if you don't include the merge. They say a lot of things about these 3 games, and you know what? None of them have any context or grounding for me because I haven't played them. That is at some point going to change. I have acquired a copy of Blood Rage, just the base game, just base game, not getting crazy here. And then I've gotten a copy of Rising Sun. Did I do this? Oh, Devin. Oh, Devin. The ultimate sin, Devin. Oh, Devin. Oh, Devin. Oh, Devin. Let's just flip that way and put that there. That's going to fix that. So there's Blood Rage. And we got Rising Sun, which we're just, we're going to ignore. Oh, wait, no. I did that one right. Guys. There's Rising Sun. So this is the Eric Lang trilogy, with art by Adrian Smith, who worked on all 3 of these. This is from CMON before Eric Lang, his tenure there ended. And so this trilogy I know nothing about. I know practically nothing about them. I mean, I know what they are. I know area control negotiation, area control with Vikings. I get it. I just haven't played it. And I wanted to. And thankfully, there was a copy of each of these things there. And then the next one is Zombicide. I have Marvel Zombies incoming, I think. Not 100% sure, I think. And Zombicide Black Plague is the one of the previous ones that I have been told by numerous people, mostly circa or proximal to Alex, that it's the best one. It's got the highest difficulty that you can ratchet up stuff to, and it's the most satisfying in terms of gameplay mechanics. And the reason why I was willing to give it a chance is because I did enjoy Marvel Zombies. I thought it fixed some things that I didn't like. But also, I didn't like Zombicide 2nd Edition. I was not impressed with it. It felt it felt vanilla to the extreme, in not like a way that made me want to do anything with it. So, yeah, it's never been the game series that I have been interested in. But I have heard, enough people say that this one, it has a lot of character to it and is probably the best of the lot previous to, Marvel Zombies or some of the other stuff that's coming out. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a gander. You got Inish, which I'm just gonna put here. You got Inish, which this along with Cyclades and maybe another one that I can't remember is a group of area control games that Alex adores. And so I figured, hey, if you adore it, maybe I'll like it. And I added this one because I think it's the one out of the lot that he rates the highest. Oh, Kemet Blood and Sand, or just Kemet or Kemet Blood and Sand. So it's Cyclades, Kemet, and this. And I think this is his favorite of the three. And if this is his favorite of the three, then it's the one that I'll have. Because there's only so many games of one type that can be justified to be in my collection at the same time. In terms of like a series or trilogies, like I might knock this one down to just one once I've played through this trilogy. I might do other things that sound sensible. But for now, this is the haul. This is the haul. And I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if you're still here, which you might not be. I mean, given typical retention rates, you might not be. Though, if we disregard retention and regard engagement, the people who would be still watching right now are usually also the people who would comment. So, let me know what games are your favorite among the lot here, and then tell me why I should play it first. Because there are quite a few games here, and you need to make a compelling argument. Okay? Okay? I'm not going to use this for the thumbnail. I don't think. I'm just here because it feels therapeutic to be in a small space. It's like when the fence hugs the cow before it's slaughtered. Not a good analogy. This is a pretty bad analogy, to be fair. It's a morbid end for me. I'm going to disassociate myself from that analogy and drink some tea. All right. Bye.